Graham Platner has formally withdrawn from the Maine Senate race, kicking off a 2-week sprint for the state's Democrats to pick a new nominee to face off with Republican incumbent Susan Collins in November. But Maine's Democratic Party has been scrambling to come up with a process to select a new nominee. State law says that they have until July 27th to do so, and the party has indicated it plans to hold a convention with delegates from across the state to come up with that nominee. Several candidates have already put themselves forth in contention for that nomination, and the Maine Senate seat, it's seen as critical by Democrats as they try to regain power in Congress in the November elections.
And then with the trans community, like, we're being dehumanized. They say that we want to hurt people. I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to use the bathroom. And if they want me to use the men's room, I will, but I don't want to be assaulted.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in case you were unaware, in Maine, they are having a race to replace a Democratic candidate who had to exit very swiftly after some allegations of SA. Allegations he denies. This is Graham Platner. He had a sudden exit from the Maine Senate race, and now they're scrambling to find a replacement, to find somebody who's going to go up against the Republican Senator Susan Collins. So one of the candidates has gone viral for his answer to a question on the debate stage, and this is a trans activist, a man who identifies as transgender, up for a replacement of Graham Platner, up for the Maine Senate. So the moderator asked the candidates what qualifies them for this position. Why do they believe they are qualified? So let's take a look.
I think people are sick and tired of career politicians, and I'd look to go down to D.C. and bring that kind of unique experience, which is sorely lacking.
Ashley Webb, what qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to, smoke and mirrors, like what's going on with ICE, pretending like these victims did something wrong. Like, that's unacceptable. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator, and I think that would probably be their worst nightmare.
David Costello.
Like Dan, I haven't held elective office, but I have, as I mentioned earlier, I've held senior level positions for over 27 years, actually. I was a top aide to Maine Secretary of State. I was a top aide to the Mayor of Baltimore. I was a top aide to the Mayor of Baltimore when he became governor. I also served as a country program manager for USAID and a country team leader for USAID, OTI, in countries like Cambodia, Kosovo, Bosnia, Haiti. I also helped to run the state's Department of the Environment in Maryland. So I've got over 27 years of senior level hands-on government experience. I believe I have the most experience of any of the candidates in this race for the United States Senate.
Wow, what an answer, especially when you compare his answer to David Costello. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about ICE and talk about the government and how they're deceiving everybody. But you can trust me. And yeah, this is a man standing there dressed the way he is dressed. And he wants to run for the US Senate. It's great that someone with no experience but has a passion for their state, for their country, you know, for their city can run. And sometimes they win even. Sometimes they even go all the way to the top. Some people will say that's the American dream, but we do have people who are activists, trans activists in the Senate right now as we speak. So the reaction, as you can imagine, was pretty amusing. People have given this guy a nickname. They're calling him Meatloaf, which, you know, as somebody who actually liked Meatloaf, the singer, you know, I don't know how I feel about that.
Ashley Webb is a transgender intersex individual whose pronouns are meat loaf. I'm really trying to be nice, I swear, the power of positive thinking, but this is the Democrat Party. We've gone from a man with a Nazi tattoo to Ashley Webb, who I thought for several hours was Mike Myers in a costume. Now, they asked Ashley about he, she, they's qualifications. Let's take a look.
I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books, and then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now.
I call BS on a couple of things he, she, they, it said. First off, I would not lie or deceive the people. Aren't you standing there in a dress cosplaying a woman? Also, this isn't The Bachelor. You're running for Senate in Maine, saying you're a songwriter and a poet. I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Virgo. Please shut up. Now, I actually went and did some research for you guys. So I went to read Ashley Webb's biography on the internet. And in the biography, Ashley basically says he, she, they, it is running for office because trans people have been too quiet. They've been told to sit down for too long. That has not been my experience with trans people on the public stage. They are very loud, very much out there, very much Trantifa. When have y'all been quiet and sat down?
The qualifications for Ashley are that he's run for office many times before but didn't win, haha. And writes songs. That's kind of nice. I write songs. And also, I think, writes books. And will never deceive. Did you see Ashley? Ashley's saying that the name is Ashley, but would not deceive the people of Maine. You tell me, is the Democrat Party done? Am I missing something here?
But, you know, the way things are going with that party, I kind of feel they deserve an Ashley Webb. Dave Rubin said, surely you can't be serious. And the Manhattan Institute Vice President of External Affairs, Jesse Arm, said, I think Susan Collins is going to win. You cannot and will not convince me that this is real. Bethany Mandel. To be fair, that's more relevant experience than Platner. I honestly think Maine deserves meatloaf. And the internet deserves all the memes that will come with it. Hear me out, I have an idea. Is that not something that is a possibility? Have we not seen this country coming close to something like this in recent years? Those rallies will be banging music, the best of meatloaf.
The thing is, on social media right now, people are destroying this Ashley Webb, making all kinds of fun, going to town. I will have no part of that. Nothing. Not 1 second am I going to come at, make fun of, or attack this Ashley Webb. I feel like in a lot of times with candidates such as this, there's an arrogance and an anger and an entitlement and a defiance, and then it's very easy for me to start coming at them and politically and whatever, because listen, dang, with that tude, okay? This Ashley Webb, had absolutely none of that. What I saw standing on stage as far as a person, I saw a very soft and sincere person. Now, I'm not saying that Ashley Webb would be good for the job, would be qualified. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying you don't see soft, genuine type people very often in life. And I saw one standing on stage right next to 3 typical politicians. You know, what we think of as politicians. They are all cookie cutter. They all are the same. And this Ashley Webb was not. So anyway, it kind of makes me sad to see people making fun of and going after and doing all that. If Ashley Webb wants to be a senator and put their name in the hat and wants to give it a go, then good on you for doing what you feel and having the courage to do that. Now, I know I'm a very conservative MAGA Republican, but I'm going to be honest, that was my observation and reaction from the videos I watched this morning. I don't know anything about this person, so I will do some research. I want to know, who is this person? What's their history? What's their past? What are they all about? I have no idea. This was only my initial reaction from watching clips of the debate.
I like the fact that you don't have to have certain qualifications to have a dream of representing your city or state, your country one day. It's possible that, anyone who's passionate enough can put themselves in the race. I actually like that. But I just think I didn't see any effort. Even if you're talking about ICE, at least state some statistics or something. That's an emotive issue, so that should be enough. No. That's what it comes down to. And I saw a man wearing a dress and saying that I won't deceive the people. When you want us to believe a man is a woman, I can't take that seriously. I just can't. And I can't take you as somebody who is rooted in reality even. So it's not great. It's not great.
This man, you all have to go find this video. It really looked like it's believing what is coming out of his mouth, unlike most Democrats like AOC and Jasmine Crockett. Who knows the shit that comes out their mouth is not believable and it's not true, but they're just out there feeding BS. So that's a pro, right? The con is that this is the future of politicians. This is the future of America. I've always said, if this continues, America is not going to be America. It's going to be unrecognizable in 20 years. This is a new standard, right? What can you say, right? What can you say, right? Democrats have accommodated it. They have made this type of sanity okay. I mean, you look at Sarah McBride, who's another Democrat, who's, mind you, a man who transitioned to be a woman, right? People like this is making it okay for people like this well, if that person can do it, maybe I can do it, right? This is a new standard. It's absolutely embarrassing. And this is why I say other countries are not only laughing at us, right? They don't, once Trump leave office, it's going to go right back to regular, where people don't fear us. They take advantage of us because we got these type of people running the country or wanting to run the country. Now, this person ain't running the country now, or, they're not no governor, mayor, but we have people like Tim Walz, who's the governor of a freaking state.
Did that make us any safer? Did that make the children that are left behind any more stable? Did it improve the idea that we can't all be judged by our worst day? And I want to be very clear, these are horrific crimes. They often are.
So is the likes of Ashley the future, the Democratic Party? Are they going to get more Tim Walz in the future? Is that where it's going? And, how are they going to get back in office when they have candidates like this? And what will happen if they do get back in office? And with the way the elections are going when it comes to election integrity, I do believe that it is a possibility that we may very well have lunatics in office once again. Worse lunatics. I know there are lunatics that exist now, but we shall see. Should we just, allow people to pursue their dreams and not judge?
Ashley is a self-proclaimed songwriter, and we'll have you know that she's self-produced 4 albums. They haven't gone platinum yet, but maybe they will now. Chuck Schumer. He's a real ass clown.
Or, are the standards something that needs to be looked into? Because it does seem that standards have completely declined in recent years when it comes to people running for some of the highest roles, the highest offices in the country. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves, and God willing, I will see you in the next video. And a huge thanks to all of those who have hyped my videos. It is greatly appreciated.